I like my dramatic timer. Howdy, friends. Craig here. So I've got two things to roll up here. Tomorrow I am live streaming my Good, the Scum, and the Villainy, which is an Edge of Empire campaign. It's going to be session 7. So if you haven't caught the first 6 sessions, you can grab them on the YouTube channel. They're there. And then on Thursday, I've got to get my Blades game. I think I've got my Edge of Empire session about ready. Oh, very cool, Midnight Coffee Drink. I'm glad. I appreciate you being here, man. So, all right. So what I'm running them through, they've kind of transitioned over to Beyond the Rim. And I do use pre-published, but I tend to sandbox them a little bit. So I, take major plot lines, but let my players go where they want. So my hope is that I don't have too much of a railroad, though I am notorious for applying pressure. So where they are right now is in this adventure. They have gotten to the wheel. They have met with Rome, who is Twi'lek, who's given them the job. And the job is they're supposed to go to Chalgana, the planet, and see if they can find this long-lost Clone Wars era ship that's supposed to have a bunch of treasure and stuff on it. So they were supposed to pick up a robot, a droid, and head out. And of course, the morning when they went to go pick up the droid, they find out that a bunch of people have been murdered and someone stole the droid. So we ended session 6 with them seeing a group of Rhodians running off into the distance down the corridors of the wheel with this droid. So I always start every session off on kind of the splash screen. This is something I just designed in Illustrator. And these are actually the live tokens for the players, but the rest is just a splash screen that I designed. It gives the crew obligation. It allows me to do a bit of a recap on the stream for both the players as well as the people watching, right? And the people watching the recording. So we'll talk about how Gal has a new his obligation. We lowered his stuff and whatnot. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to change my scene over to an opening crawl. So all I did here was create a opening crawl in, there's a website that you can do it on. And then I dubbed in different music so that I can actually play this. This is music that I bought. That's very Star Wars sounding. So we'll do the opening crawl, which kind of sets the stage, brings them up to speed on where we are, where we're headed. Then the plan, once that finishes running, is to go here. And this is supposed to give them a sense of kind of what the wheel looks and feels like. So for those of you that watch me and already know this, I don't do battle maps when I run Star Wars, nor when I run Blades. I used to be a big battle map guy, but now I'm very much kind of set the scene and try to do as much theater of the mind as I can. So what you're seeing here is what I typically will do is I'll put up a couple pictures that kind of set the scene. We'll do some music to give them a feel for what I expect to happen, and kind of set the tone, try to be super descriptive, and we go from there. So what's going to happen here is we'll describe the wheel, which is kind of a like a what's the term? Kind of like a belter outpost in The Expanse. If you've ever seen The Expanse, that's kind of how I envision the wheel being. They've just stepped outside of the office where they were supposed to pick up the robot. They know the robot's going. They look down the corridor. They can see that the droid is being taken away by a bunch of Rhodians, and that's where we're going to start. So I expect it to at first be a chase. And what I'm planning on doing with the chase is using range bands for it. So I'm going to bring in almost immediately my combat range bands that I like. So my plan is to throw this out there and then throw the crew, say here-ish, And then we shall bring in our Rhodians and the droid. So I'm probably going to set them initially at long range. And there's all the Rhodians that they're up against there. And these two goons are squads, right? So once I've got that in place, then what I'm going to do is run a chase scene. And I think the way I'm going to do it, and there's several ways you can do it in Star Wars, is I'm going to make it basically not opposed rolls, but I'm going to do coordination rolls. And whoever has the better one of the two groups will gain or lose some footing, right? So, for example, out of curiosity, I'm not sure which of my players has the best coordination. It's probably going to be B5 at 2 yellow, but let's just take a quick look. Coordination, four, might be Dash with his 4 agility. He's got 4 green. So let's pretend we're going to have Dash do it. So we're going to choose Dash. And let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's weird. Oh, I know why. All right, so we're going to choose Dash. And we're going to have him do a coordination roll. No difficulty. So we'll get rid of that. And then we have him roll it. And from there, we see Dash got 3 successes, 3 advantages. I will then have the leader do the same thing, but I probably am going to give them 2 setbacks because they're getting dragged down by the droid. So once we do those opposed, we'll see that not only did our guys gain ground with 3 successes, 3 advantages, but they blew this team. So then, narratively, we'll talk about them gaining and closing in on them, right? So now they'll be at short distance. It's possible we might have them, some of them hold back and so on and so forth. Do you think your players might try to glean which way the people are chased are going to take an alternate route to cut them off? McBluff, it's very possible. And if they do that, that's great. Now, the only thing is I know where they're headed. They're headed to the docking area that's right next to where our heroes have their ship docked. And there might be some play and some battle that happened here in the corridors. I'm anticipating a whole nother set piece in the hangar. Assuming that my villains get there in time, but if they try, I gotta tell you, they're a super clever group, McBluff. So it's possible they might left turn me, which is fine. I'll drop this. We'll get rid of the chasing. We'll have it do something else. But this is kind of what I'm thinking, knowing that we could go a million different ways. So once the chase is done, I expect there to be some shooting and firing going on. But eventually, let me get rid of this, all of this, because don't want to leave any of this laying around for tomorrow, because knowing me, I'll forget. All right, so then the next set piece is when they get to the hangar. So here's the hangar. And again, no battle map. Just want to give them a look and the feel for this huge hangar. There's going to be open areas in the middle where they might fall down. I'm going to talk about the YT freighter that's parked in the far back. There, they've got another rival waiting. So that's when I will bring in the pilot, Tulo Talo. He's going to be waiting at the ship and create yet another potential issue. The goons and the Rhodians are going to try to get the droid up onto the ship. Our heroes are going to try to stop them. Couple different things that can happen here as it goes. Potentially, the heroes fail, right? And either they get taken out or they're not quick enough and our villains get the ship loaded. That's why I put this hangar right next to the hangar where their ship is. So they'll be able to quickly hop on the ship and then we can move to space and have a space battle as they try to get their hands on this droid. And the droid is what they need in order to get to Chongana. Other things that I've got in place too is I've already prepped to have the, security for the wheel jump in if I need something to happen, right? So if things are going sideways, if maybe the guys have had a bunch of bad rolls, or, I've mismatched them a little bit, I can have wheel security come in and help, because they're going to be more likely to help Rome. But what I'm guessing is probably going to happen is, more than likely here or in the corridors, they're going to get their hands on this droid. The droid is going to have the coordinates to Cholgana. So then, let me get rid of him, clean up after myself. Then we'll head to Cholgana. They will come out after the jump, they will come out at Cholgana. And there's a whole bunch of things that happens here. If you've never played Beyond the Rim, it's a really neat adventure with several different set pieces. It's a lot of fun. So from here, they're anticipating seeing the ship orbiting here, and it's not. So they're going to have to figure out what happened to it. Soon they will be headed to the jungle of Cholgana. So I've already kind of got the set pieces ready there. And I've been able to bring in most of the goodies that they're going to encounter. So I think I'm in pretty good shape as far as getting ready for everybody. I'll tell you one thing that was really handy is I imported in, let's see, where did I do that? System settings. So if you go and look for the SW Adversaries, which is a website that has pretty much every single adversary out there, including, and I was shocked, has all the adversaries in my adventure. So I went to the website, and the website has a export, and I was able to import them all in here. And I made some changes and some adjustments to them, added some pictures, like here's the bark rat and I put a picture for him on there. But a lot of the hard work was already done for me, which was really, really handy. So if you have not already done that and you play it on Foundry, I recommend that you do that. So that's the game plan. That's the game plan on this. Where I've got more work to do is on blades. So let's do this. Let's shoot over to Roll20. And let's see where I am on my blades game. Now, the beauty of blades is you really have less prep you have to do, just by the sheer nature of blades. They've already committed. It really is, McBluff. So they've already committed to having their next score be at Night Market. What had happened is Talos, Cornelius here, he, during his downtime, went and indulged his vice by going to an underground ghost fight club, a place where there's a bar and you pay to go into a theater, and in this underground theater you get to see two ghosts battle it out in kind of a fight club type arena. And Talos came back to the crew and told him about it. Obviously, if you've been following, Reagan was not happy about that, the Whisperer Reagan. So they've decided for the next score is going to be a turf score. So if I bring up the Umbral Means' sheet, they're going to go for a claim. They're going to try to take this turf here. Yeah, he did. He did. So they're going to go for the fight club. And just to be clear, if there's any players here, you're not going to want to watch this because there's spoilers. Oh, and you added the picks to the adversaries as well. Yeah. Super handy, wasn't it, Midnight Coffee Drink? So the idea is they're going to try to take over this fight club, and I've got some nice twists and turns in it for them. But I start with a set piece with them too. So they're going to start here. I then need to put together the play area. So this was the play set piece for them when in the last session. So we now need to update it. So the first thing I need to do is go to the map background. I need to get rid of this. And I need to try to find kind of an underground fight club. So let's see what we can find in the old Googles. I'm going to want it to be, oh, that's pretty cool. Obviously give it kind of a gritty theater type feel like that. is the kind of look and feel I'm going for, but obviously this doesn't do me any good with all the pictures in it. I want more of a set piece. That's a little too nice. Doesn't really fit. How about if we do this? How about if we do Fight Club concept art? I found that looking for concept art when I'm doing my searches can be really handy. Ooh, look at that. That could work. That could work. All right, let's save that. That potentially could work. So that's going to go up to my Blades art. You guys get to see my file structure, which is, I'm sure, super exciting. Blades art. Fight Club. All right, so there's one potential there. I don't love that. That's not bad, but not exactly what I'm thinking. This is more, ooh, that's more my thinking. That's more my thinking. Not quite as gritty as I was going for, but that's pretty good because I want a kind of a stage. I need for kind of what my plan is. I need a little bit of a stage. Yeah, that's not great. That's suitably creepy. Very Bladesy feeling. It's a little too high tech for Blades. Well, how does that look? That's Mortal Kombat. There's an Assassin's Creed. That doesn't really do it for me. How about if we do Underground Arena? How about Basement Arena? What do we got here? That's interesting. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. RuneScape. Will that do it for me? I think it might. I think that might be what I use. Let's go check it out. Yeah, Pugiani. That's cool. I think I'm going to use that. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the stone areas that surround it. And then they've got this wood platform surrounded by a chasm in the middle. And here's where the ghosts will fight. All right, beautiful. Done. Underground Arena, Blades art. So save. All right, so let's go back to our Blades here. So now let's bring in... God, I've been so used to Foundry. I haven't used this in a while. Oh, that's right. I need to go here. It's funny. RPG. Blades art. Arena was in the name. There it is. Open. I gotta tell you, after using Foundry and getting used to the Foundry interface, I feel like the Roll20 interface feels very clunky to me all of a sudden, which is kind of nutty considering I need to send that to the back. Considering how used to it I've gotten, and the only reason I'm not doing Blades in Foundry is I want to, but the it's not quite there yet. It's still a little, I want to give credit there, so I'm going to make sure his signature shows up there. So let's make this just a little bit smaller. But I think that's going to work. Yeah, so that'll be my set piece for the seller. The only other thing is I also wanted Also wanted to, well, you know what? Let's see if we can find a basement bar. Basement bar, because I wanted to also do the bar too. So I actually, that'll potentially be the first place they head to. What is kind of, it's not going to be medieval-ish. If anybody in the chat can think of a better search term, I'm looking for a cellar, right? You know, with old wood, and it's going to be kind of carved in the area, but I still want it to be an actual tavern or bar that they walk into. That is pretty good. That gives the feel I wanted. Kind of done up. I don't like the television. It may not matter though. It's funny when I just try to look for images and stuff. I know exactly what I want in my head, and I wish I was a better artist so I could whip together concept art of my own. Yeah, that's not doing it. Let's try cellar. How does that look? Yeah, a little too modern for my taste. A little too woodish, tavernish. That's just a straight up basement. It's kind of cool there. Not what I'm looking for though. That is close. That could be kind of speakeasy. Good call. Good call. Good call on speakeasy. Let's see what we find. I want it a little bit dimmer and darker, but that's not the worst I've seen there. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? Not what I'm looking for, but it's cool. Good God. Hello, Gygax. That's creepy. Aliens. Ooh, I kind of like that. Can that fit for Forge? For Blades in the Dark? It's just the people are just a little too modern, but I like the look of it. No, that's not quite it there. All right, let's keep going. We're getting closer. Good call on the speakeasy. I think this is where I'll end up finding it. Well, that's creepy. I don't hate that. That gives me that cellar feel. I want it to feel very confined and tight. I want them to be shoulder to shoulder. There's going to be a booth with a bedding area there. I might save that. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can find something else to give that feel. A lot of concept art for games can be really good. All right, so let's try Cellar Nightclub. Let's see what we find. That's too big, but otherwise I would be pretty good, and I could do a filter on it to make it look more artsy, more concept-y, I guess. That's not quite what I want. That's nightclub might not be the direction I'm going, but let's just see what else I can find. I have what I want, which is good, and I'm happy. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Can I find more pictures of that place? Oh, that's got the feel I want. So I wonder if having those people in the picture would take away from it, or I don't know. I like the look of that though. I like the rail car, the train car like aspect of it too. Seems very like I want this to be a very confined space, and it's going to be crowded. That might be it right there. That's without the people. Let's do that. I like that. All right, so now let's do this. Let's open up Photoshop. Let's see if we can make that look a little bit more artsy. So give me just a second and I'll get Photoshop open and we'll bring that picture in. But I think that's what I want for the bar. All right, so let's bring in Photoshop. Let's open. That's the warehouse. Oh, what happened to it? Where is that? Where I saved? That is where I saved it, right? Melinda's Alley. I must have passed over it. Let's look it up here. Melinda's Alley. There it is. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's go up here to filter. We'll go to artistic. Cutout can sometimes be good. And I think here, let me bring that up here. That's pretty good to kind of give me the feel. The edges are just, I want to give it a little bit more, less. I think I like that. All right, so we're going to say okay to that. We're going to file, save as. The butcher bar is the name of it. All right, so now let's go back over to here. So in actuality, I've got two set pieces. So this is going to be arena. And let's duplicate it. And let's make this butcher bar. Okay, and then we'll go here. All right, so now let's bring in our image. Butcher bar. All right, I didn't do butcher. Okay. Did I not finish saving it? Sometimes I do that on Photoshop. Like a dope. Let's see. Yep, I didn't finish saving it. There. There it is, butcher bar. Open. Butcher bar. All right, so now, all right, this is anybody who does not want this episode of Blades in the Dark spoiled. This is your last chance because there's going to be some spoilers here. Because I'm trying to figure out a few things. One is, I don't know what their approach is yet. I just know that they're, trying to take over this bar and whatever. So the big twist that I have, the big surprise, I should say, is I'm going to really build this up. So far, episodically, in the first couple sessions, it's been a lot of spooky, right? A lot of ghost stuff, a lot of spooky stuff. I've definitely had very much a, when am I playing this session? It's going to be Thursday night, 6:30 Eastern, this Thursday. And this is session 4 or 5, I can't remember, but all of the past ones are on the YouTube if you want to get caught up. They're great players, and they've been having a lot of fun. So far, like, there's been a lot of ghost stuff, right? Very spooky. Reagan has been, as the Whisperer, has been real prominent in here. I'm thinking of doing a head fake. So one, and I don't know if they'll figure this out before or after, but the bar is going to be is in Night Market, which is their hunting grounds. It is underground, so they're going to have to get to it via the canals, either walking along the canals, but they can't get to it from street level. It's going to be owned and run by the Billhooks, who they already, if you'll notice, already have some trouble with. They're already at -1 with the Billhooks. And so the Billhooks run this underground fight club. My plan, have them come here in the bar. I want something happening here in the bar, and I don't quite know what it is yet. I'll have to kind of see what they do, what their approach is. I have no idea how they're going to come in here, right? So I've got to think about players in the bar, and within the Billhooks, I've already got Karan is already one of the main captains of the Billhooks. I've already got him created and ready to go. I've also got his sister ready to go. I don't know whether they'll show up here or not. I've also got some Billhook goons that can jump in. So the Billhooks are ready. But here's the twist. So you're going to go to the bar. Here at the bar, you can bet on the fight. You can get some drinks. And then eventually everybody in the bar is kind of going to be ushered in to that arena. Right. And I think I'll be really I'm going to build up the spooky. So there's going to be a mist and it's going to be cloudy. And the only way you can really see the center arena is because of the red electroplasmic lanterns, and really going to build it up, have the music going and so on and so forth. And then unleashed from below comes up the 2 ghosts that are fighting. And, I don't know what the players are going to do this whole time, but here's the twist. And again, spoiler alerts, if you don't want to watch it. It's all faked. So the people that run this arena are staging ghost fights, but it's really not ghost fights. It's actually 2 dudes with kind of that are dressed up in this fluorescent, charged, crazy paint. And they're fighting it out, but hopefully things are going to be, they won't notice it at first, right? So it's going to be I think it's going to be a really fun head fake for them, because they're anticipating another spooky episode, and this is going to be a more Mythbusters episode. And it'll be interesting to see how I'm going to have to listen to them really carefully and be very careful about dropping clues and figure out how they tip it off. But their idea is that they're going to try to take this over from the Billhooks. I don't know what their approach is going to be. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's what I'm thinking and feeling. I feel like the twist of it not being real ghosts is going to be cool and fun. I want one more element, and I feel like I want that element to be centered more on the bar, but I don't know what it is. Something interesting. Somebody shows up. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll have to play it by ear. It might be something that I just improv, which is really what you do with Blades, right? That's part of what's fun about Blades, is you kind of do it off the cuff. That's what by design, that's how Blades works. But anyway, so that's the idea. So for those of you that want to check out the Star Wars is going to be, let me, go to this Twitch channel. So follow it on Twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube, go to the YouTube channel, and that is going to be tomorrow at 2 Eastern. Let me double check. I've got it scheduled on my YouTube. So go to Third Floor of Wars on YouTube. And that's me live right now. So Yes, tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern is the Star Wars Edge of Empire, if you want to see that, for the good, the scum, and the villainy. And then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern is the Blades in the Dark for this coming Thursday. So that's the 21st of this month and the 25th of this month. So tomorrow and Thursday. Anywho, really appreciate everybody hanging out and giving me some ideas. This was kind of fun. I'm feeling a little bit better. I like about talking it out loud. Makes me feel better about tomorrow. I'm a little nervous because it's the first time I've live streamed with Foundry, but I feel like I've got my arms around it, so it'll be okay. And then I'm just super excited about doing Blades because I really love it. If you're a Blades in the Dark fan, make sure you go to the podcast, the Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars podcast. I just recently put up a great interview with John Harper, the creator of Blades in the Dark, and it's a must listen, even if you don't play Blades. But I warn you, if you do listen to it, you will end up buying Blades, and you'll probably buy his other game, Agon, as well. Anyway, that's it. Appreciate everybody hanging out. And for those of you that stuck around to the end, thanks. Take care.